there are some standard things that we need to get organized in terms of spices and utensils. This particular clip, I want to be very clear to show you what this Gujarati spice tin is all about. I will talk to you about the major 7 ingredients that are in there at all times, and then there's a tray that goes on top which has another 5 or 6 ingredients or spices. Now the thing about the spice box, the reason why it's actually very clever the way the spices are organized, because remember in Gujarati cooking you need to have a little bit of oil, what we call vagar, for most things that we do. And we need to, as the oil heats, we can't be fumbling around for odds and sods. We need to be prepared with all the ingredients we're likely to need for that oil, because the oil can become oxidized very quickly if you suddenly let it heat too much. The point of the oil and the seeds here, the seeds that we have, we're going to throw it in the oil, and as they pop, then we know that the oil has just started to turn in terms of its temperature, where it becomes carcinogenic if you keep it on the flame anymore. So it's very important that you're ready to throw these spices in quickly, and you're not fumbling around for bottles and jars and things that you would normally have your kitchen organized in. So I thoroughly, really recommend that you buy one of these spice tins, which has 7 compartments in them, which actually come out. I've just cleaned this particular tray, and it's going to be difficult to get one of them out, but as you can see, they're individual compartments, and they all live in this outer tin together. And on the top then you have a tray which goes on so, which has all the dried large spices like red chilies and cloves and cinnamon and cardamom and so on. So you can very easily take the top off. You can keep your spoons on that tray, and then there is a lid which you can close off completely, or what I do is I just keep them like that in my top drawer, and then I've got them ready at any time that we need to dispense. So let me now just talk you through what's actually inside this spice box. We've got whole cumin seeds. Now cumin seeds, remember, food as medicine. Indian food is all food as medicine. So you've got your cumin seeds, which are really which are used to activate your digestive fire. So if you get a little bit of that in your food, it's going to give you that agni, that fire element in your food that allows you to digest your food easily. As we get older, our digestive fire tends to diminish, and so cumin is brought in for that. Then we have the fenugreek seeds whole, which is actually now shown as a very good herb for diabetes, and it brings that bitter taste. Again, it is a sugar balancer. It balances sugar in the blood. So again, food as medicine. You have the mustard seed, which is really going to give you that. I would suggest that it would give you the circulatory power. It's got a little bit of a hint of a spice in it, which helps your circulation, helps the blood move. The celery seeds, or ajwain, are, believe it or not, used in cough medicine. So it's there for your phlegm and your lungs. Okay, we don't use it a lot, but we do use it enough. But let's say if you had a cough or something, and you came to my house, I would make you a tea with a little bit of ajwain seeds and maybe some sage leaves from the garden, and it will just break down that phlegm in the lungs. Then you've got the amazing product, the turmeric, which now there are God knows how many patents on. People are trying to claim turmeric as a patented herb, or so that they can make lots of money out of it. Now, turmeric is an anti-inflammatory herb, and it's also anti-carcinogenic. So it has been proven through many studies that this is a herb of choice. If you have any condition of inflammation, or you're sort of pre-cancerous in any way, turmeric would be the herb that would be prescribed to you by almost any tradition of herbal medicine. So turmeric, remember, with turmeric, it doesn't dissolve in water, it only dissolves in fat. So if you're going to consume it, you need a little bit of oil or milk into which you would dissolve the turmeric so that it can be taken up into your bloodstream. We've also got the Dhana Jeera, which is the mixture of jeera powder and coriander powder. Now that is also medicinally very rich, again, for digestive fire, as I said, but the coriander is seen as a toxin remover. At least the green coriander is seen as a toxin remover. It has the ability of the molecule to hold hands with the toxin and then take it out of your system. Otherwise, those toxins will just live embedded in your fat cells. So coriander is a very important herb as medicine. And then you've got the chili powder. Now, most people shy away from chili, but chili is actually a circulatory herb, and it helps with blood circulation, as you would imagine. If you take it, you start feeling hot in your head and your other parts of your body, because it's actually moving the blood. Okay, so that's your 7 spices in the spice box. And then on the lid, I've got cinnamon bark, which is actually being shown to help with reducing weight. And many people take it as a powder to be drunk when they are trying to lose weight. Whole red chilies, again, in certain cooking, will help you with again, what I said, digestive, circulatory principles, blood circulation. Now, cloves are shown to be very good antibacterial for the mouth region. So, if in the old days, if you had a dentist problem and, you didn't want to take antibiotics, you would take clove oil on the tooth that was hurting, and that would kind of take away the pain. And I vouch for this because during lockdown, I did have pain on my tooth, and I had to wait for the dentist, and the clove oil just saw me through. And just putting a clove, in my gum as I slept and just left it there did help. And then we've got the green cardamom. So we use that in normally sweet dessert type of dishes, and anything to do with yogurt, because the cardamom oil, the essential oil again, has got its therapeutic properties, very subtle properties. And I see it as a sort of more to do with the helping you with the mental side, the psychological side. And often I have it, a few seeds in my tea just to kind of give me that mental lift. I've also then got here Jaipur Nutmeg, which we use, again, all these lovely herbs from India, for which most of the world went looking for these herbs, set sail, because it was going to be the money-making environment of the future. And so true they were. It was such a true thing that all these things are grown in India and brought all over the world, and now probably able to grow them in other parts of the world too. And I've got some star anise. So this is my little tray And then separately I have asafoetida, which I keep. It's a resin, and it's a bit like it helps with cholesterol, I believe. It's a bit like Google, and it's a resin from a plant, and it's very pungent, especially if you buy really good variety, and it takes the scent of it is quite overpowering. So I keep it in a tight jar like that. And then of course salt. So you will you will keep seeing me bring these simple tools out for all my cooking, and I've introduced you to them.